anything preliminarily before we hear the motion?
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
All right. We're on the record in case number 2020 CR 134, captioned State of Kansas versus Gary Winters. Would the parties announce their appearances, please?
May it please the court, the state of Kansas appears by Assistant District Attorney Kayla Rayler.
May it please the court, Judge, Mr. Winters appears by video with counsel Chris Scott.
All right. We had set down this date for both Mr. Winters and one of his co-defendants for a motions hearing. My understanding, none of the motions are prepared to go forward today except for Mr. Scott's motion for a bond reduction. Do I have that correct, Ms. Rayler?
Well, Judge, I believe both co-defendants didn't want to take up the motions. I believe the state filed 6455 Anna Jackson v. Deno. But in the interest of judicial economy, they can both be heard at the same time. That being said, I believe Mr. Scott still wanted to keep his motion for bond reduction on file and heard today.
All right. So we're just taking up today. The other motions are left pending further settings. But today we're taking up Mr. Scott's motion for a bond reduction. Mr. Scott, I've read that motion. I would hear your comments on it today.
Judge, Mr. Winters' mom had contacted me a couple of weeks ago. She stated that he's in very bad health. She had told me, let's see, Judge. She told me on November 17th that his blood pressure was 178 over 117. I think we would all agree that's not good. What her main concern was, and believe Mr. Winters' main concern, is that he's not receiving the appropriate medical care and treatment that he needs. And once again, as stated in my original bond motion to reduce bond, we understand that and Mr. Winters is not asking for some type of OR bond or PR bond. We're just asking for a reduction that his family may be able to post. I believe his bond's currently $400,000 cash or surety. We're asking for a reduction of that bond, and now in particular with his health issues. And I'm sure Mr. Winters, if the court needed, could articulate those issues even more.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm certainly interested in knowing what the medical issues are and what the lack of care that I think I understood Mr. Scott to say that Mr. Winters was not receiving. So, Mr. Winters, what exactly are the nature of your medical concerns?
Speak, Your Honor.
Pardon?
I can speak right now.
Sure.
Well, my blood pressure been running sky high since May, and I've been putting sick calls in. I've been having like real bad migraine headaches, and I've been putting sick calls in to get looked at, and it's nothing been done here. And I've been going out to the doctors, and they send me right back. They send me right back here to Wyandotte County, and I'm still putting sick calls in about it. And then I got to have a major surgery on my right leg that I have got shot in because my leg is still broken. And they're not going to pay that high bill for me to have this major surgery, because that surgery is going to be at least about $40,000 just by me having it done and sitting in the hospital. And I have to go through therapy all over again.
Right. Well, look, I don't know that when you say they won't pay for it, I don't know if this surgery is something that's going to be medically necessary before your case is resolved and you're either freed or on to the Department of Corrections. But they don't really have a choice as to what medical items that they pay for. They are required to provide care for inmates in their custody. You say you've seen a doc, so they've taken you out to KU Med to see regarding these medical issues?
They sent me out one time, and I've never been out ever since then.
What did the doctors tell you, or did they
doctor
give you anything?
He didn't tell me anything. He just wrote something down, and they sent me back.
Okay.
And I haven't seen no one else, and I'm still like putting in sick call slips to get resolved. Like my blood pressure still high. Like what's going on? Because when they do the rounds, I could be in my cell and something could happen to me, and I want to be able to get up to press the button to tell them like, hey, I'm in here having a stroke or anything.
All right. Well, tell me this, with what company do you have medical insurance?
Right now, I'm on their insurance.
You're what now?
I'm on the Wyandotte County insurance.
Well, you're not on their insurance. They're responsible for your bills while you're in custody, or for getting you the medical treatment while you're in custody. I mean, when you're out, and you're seeing doctors and you're having this surgery,
Okay.
what medical plan are you covered under?
I'll be covered under Medicaid.
Do you have a disability?
Yes, sir. Because my leg is broken, and I
Okay.
had pains in my
Right.
leg.
I mean, it wasn't before this incident that you
No,
had a broken
I
leg,
have.
and you've applied for disability. You've been approved for disability on that broken leg.
I haven't applied yet because I've been in here, but I
Okay.
had pains in my hip since I was already out, so I was already up under Medicaid.
Well, look, I'm not. I don't foresee you getting better medical care outside a facility than you get inside a facility. And when it comes to issues of bond, I really need to consider two things. That's the likelihood of you appearing for further court hearings and public safety. And given, look, we had a prelim in this case, and I am certainly not prejudging what may or may not happen at a trial in the future, but it was presented to the court evidence, not only through DNA of the blood on the scene, but ballistics of the shell casings at the scene where the young man was murdered, that matched the gun that was found in the car that you were transported to the medical center with the leg, with that wound to the leg. So look, what the evidence has shown, at least by probable cause standards to the court, is that this was a highly violent, dangerous activity. I understand that the state has alleged numerous times that all of these defendants remain as suspects in Missouri cases. Nothing has been presented to this court to allow me to in any way evaluate or consider that as part of a reasoning as far as a bond motion goes. However, the nature of this case in and of itself, the level of the evidence heard by the court is such that I believe that $400,000 is an appropriate reflection of the danger to the community presented by the defendant in this case. So his motion for bond reduction will be denied. Do we know when we're setting the Deno motion and the 6455 motion?
We did not receive any new dates to set those. And with the bifurcation of Mr. Barnes's case, we might as well just set them all out and have all three at the same time.
I agree. We started the Barnes preliminary hearing today. It had to get bifurcated, so we're going to finish that sometime in mid-December. I don't recall the date.
December 8th, Your Honor.
After that's done, we're going to get a setting for all the motions with all the defendants together. So that will be pending. For our record today, other things.
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
All right, thank you. We are adjourned.